Sagittarius. This is going to be a look at your August month ahead and even beyond that, using the tarot and astrology. Before we get together and look at these cards and the spread as a whole, I'll be pulling more cards to clarify. I just want to give you my initial thoughts on what has been going on. So let's take it back before we move to the present and the future energies. When eclipse season was happening in Sagittarius and the sign of Gemini back in May and June of this year, there had been a lot of changes. Endings and new beginnings had taken place for you Sagittarius. So I feel like in the last few weeks for the month of July, you've kind of just been finding your feet after probably some more volatile shifts and changes that had been happening. It seems like with eclipses, generally in astrology, they fuel destined endings and beginnings, kind of turning points and culmination points in our life. These were happening in your sign Sagittarius and in your fellow sign, sister sign Gemini. So you would have really been feeling the effects of these changes a little bit more. There seems to have been a lot of unknowns around you and uncertainties and kind of a lot of fears growing and a lot of niggling doubts kind of left unsatisfied basically in your psyche. So you have had some tensions mounting, you've had some kind of thoughts about things that might have even verged on something slightly darker, and you're kind of now a little bit more optimistic about things. You've kind of addressed some of your fears, and some of your fears you're even ready to take on and challenge yourself and say, I'm actually ready to look at this fear straight in the face and I'm going to make a move on it, or I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to face my fear, I'm going to rise to the challenge, and I'm going to take a bit more of a plunge into my destiny, more of a plunge into the unknown. The Fool card and the Moon energy together is super not knowing, but it's surrendering to the universe, surrendering to a higher power. The Fool card is really just our highest self, fearless. And the Moon card, well, it's tough to surrender in Moon card energy because there's a lot of uncertainty when the Moon card appears. That's kind of what you've been experiencing in the month of July. I see you kind of finding your feet overall in the month of July after the volatility of perhaps endings that had taken place during eclipse season or new beginnings, things that were more drastic. Okay, so in the month of August, and we're going to look at these cards together in just a moment, Sagittarius, and clear it up. But in the month of August, we have going to have the Sun moving through the sign of Leo, represented by Strength card, and Uranus in the sign of Taurus, which is represented by the Hierophant. So the Sun will be squaring Uranus and Taurus in the month of August, for the most of the month of August. And for Sagittarius rising, this is actually happening between your 6th house of daily routine, where Taurus is, and your 9th house of higher education, spirituality, and kind of ascension and travel in the sign of Leo. So you might have some conflict coming up around travel plans and expansion plans because perhaps like colleagues will need you. This is more applicable to Sagittarius rising, but Sagittarius, you might be feeling that too. I do see Sagittarius doing some big project from the home and living sort of sector of their life. Some of you are really getting recognized as and seen as this really valuable part of the team that you're on. It looks like you have been recently upgraded to some sort of a perceived better team than you were on before, or doing something that you prefer to be doing. You could even be kind of stepping up more now, Sagittarius, as a mentor to other people or a guide to them even, or I see a lot of aspirations for you. Sagittarius rising, we have Venus and Mars in Virgo at the moment in your 10th house of career and public reputation. For Sagittarius, and specifically Sagittarius rising this month, it's going to be a great time to get recognized by important people, and you are feeling very valuable this month. Okay, you're feeling very seen, and your career seems to be very rewarding. So Sagittarius, like I'm talking about Sagittarius rising here, if you know your rising sign, check the video for that out too for more astrological insight. It looks like you're feeling really blessed this month in August. Lots of blessings, physically very vital. You might be doing some more work, kind of Reiki or yoga or working out. It seems like you're feeling well. The Sun is transiting through your 6th house of physical health, Sagittarius rising. This is a really good time to shine a light on areas that you might be able to improve your physical health and vitality, and that going really well for you. Okay, that's great. Let me look at what's coming up for you. So I feel like you have a lot of aspirations and goals, and it looks like you're going to be implementing some of those by the end of August, actually, for Sagittarius. Some of you have been weighing something up now for quite some time, wondering if it's a good investment, wondering if it's the right move for you to make. Could be financial, or it could be just something that you know is a pretty heavy commitment. So when you do make this decision in the weigh up phase, you know that basically you're going to be committing to this for the long haul or for a substantial amount of time. So that's why you seem to be taking your time deliberating something by the end of the month. At that point, by the 16th of August, Venus will have moved into Sagittarius Rising's 11th house of aspirations and dreams and goals and wishes, and Venus is a benefic planet. Mars will go there too, so there'll be more focus in that area of Sagittarius Rising's life, making perhaps what happened, all this career recognition you were receiving in the later part of July, early August, you might be starting to even push that a little bit further and see how you can make that more beneficial to you as part of a larger network or more of a community, or you could even be taking on a leadership role, head of a committee, I'm seeing, in some sort of a sense. Let's look at these cards together, Sagittarius, and pull some more to clarify them. Let's clear up this first row. It's pretty unsettling looking to me. So the changes may have felt unsettling, Sagittarius. The new beginnings and the more severe endings may have felt very intense to you and kind of left you feeling like you were spiraling. The Page of Swords and the Six of Cups. So there were more intense feelings cropping up around people from the past and conversations that you had to have with perhaps siblings, old friends. These are people from the past that are very near and dear to you, people you've known for a long time with, you've shared kind of maybe even childhood memories with, when you were young, when you were more youthful, Sagittarius, or just young in age, and you have had to have some more triggering kind of conversations with these people. It seems like they were necessary to have happened for you. It seems like there's a lot still pretty much weighing up in the unknown in relation to this. Yeah, so that seems to be kind of where we're at in terms of what the nature of all of this change and volatility was. You maybe have kind of even severed ties with somebody from the past, and it feels really, really complex right now. And, you can't really get your head around it. There's a lot of unknown, and this could be a sibling, or it could be just a dear friend. Somebody you may have known since you were at a younger phase in your life. Look how things are improving though, Sag. The Strength card, Queen of Pentacles, and the Hierophant, really beautiful, strong energy here for the month of August. Some of you may be taking a trip, something that seems a bit more unpredictable to you this month. Something that seems like it isn't your usual kind of a trip that you would take. That could be coming up. Queen of Cups could be going out to the water in some way. If you are going to the water, I really recommend taking a moonlit swim or a night swim if that's possible. It seems like it could come up as a really, really valuable time for you this month. Let's have a look then and keep going. So we're going to look at this middle row now for Sagittarius. I see you being with really strong people in a really good group and supported situation. Even at home, your physical body is looking really healthy, feeling really good too at this time. Let's see what's coming through. The Nine of Pentacles, yeah, finances being really good and how you're looking, feeling really good. Page of Cups, you also give yourself enough time in the month of August to play, to enjoy yourself, to have a good time. You may be actually even visiting grandparents or older relatives at this time and offering them a gift, gifting them with something, making them feel really special. You could be just giving something to a parent of yours or an older relative or a family friend or a neighbor, and something you do that seems pretty charitable, pretty selfless, seems to really do wonders for somebody. It could be somebody who seems to be in some sort of a bind, or perhaps even somebody that's getting over a toxic ex. It seems like you maybe are even coming to deliver them flowers or something like that, and it just really brightens up their mood. Overall, finances seem to be really good for you for the month of August. No worries there. It seems like you're even wondering how you can evolve your set of skills and start to even maybe generate some income, some more money in the bank, so that you can better your life, better your quality of life, invest in yourself. And you are thinking that this can be done by way of some sort of a hobby that you enjoy, or like a pastime, and that could even perhaps be monetized this month, Sagittarius. So you're thinking, oh yeah, I could make a few extra dollars by doing that, or I could make a few more books. It looks like inner child work is really important this time. Getting out in nature, playing outside, being silly, getting back in touch with how you would feel kicking a football around when you were young, or playing in the sand, whatever it is. It just seems to be like really necessary for you to get in touch with nature and get in touch with your inner child. But other than that, it looks like you're really strong, you're overcoming things. Some of you may be actually taking a course and to do physical fitness, like how to be a a personal trainer even. Like I feel like you working out with somebody in the gym, or helping other people do that. So that could be something that you're focused on this month for some Sag. Let's look at the upcoming energies. End of August going into September, you're making a choice about your more grand aspirations in life, like what you want long term. All of those decisions seem to be coming up by the end of the month, and what you want to invest your long-term commitment and time and effort into is up for debate. Let's see what's coming through for you, Sag. There is a new moon in the sign of Leo in Sagittarius Rising's 9th house on the 8th of August. It's going to be a really powerful time to set intentions around something you want to learn. If you wanted to go back to school, start looking into, college applications around the 8th of August, like setting intentions around higher education learning, or a trip you wanted to take. You could start planning your trip around then. That will be a really powerful time to manifest that. Now we have your energy coming through, Sagittarius, with the Temperance card, which looks after the sign of Sagittarius in the tarot. And we have the Depth card, which is Scorpio, the sign that comes before you. We may notice that these around Scorpio season and Sagittarius season, which will be November and December of 2021, you are going to maybe start noticing some of your bigger aspirations in terms of like doing things with groups or connections you have, or something that you really love to do. I feel like you're part of some sort of an outreach at this time, like an outreach program, or Sagittarius, you're spreading your wings a little bit further by, like, this is going even beyond August now, but I'm getting timeline of November and December. You're spreading your wings at this point, like you're making more of what it was that you had goals and set goals and aspirations to accomplish. Some of you are hell-bent on like bringing about some sort of a balance in your life that will just allow you to elevate higher and higher. Some of you are aware that something in your life needs to change in order for you to evolve and really ascend to a kind of more detached way of seeing the world. It seems like some of you are very invested at this time in what's going on in the world, and you're kind of struggling to let go of a bit of a grip and just kind of get into the flow with life. It's going to be really important for you to, I see swimming coming up, like getting into the water a lot, and there's a lot of watery energy here, as you can see. It seems like your intimate relationships with other people and your dealings with others is going to set to run a bit more smoothly than it has been in the past. It doesn't look like the same kind of conversations that you've had been struggling with from people from your past are set to continue. It looks like if it's with those people that you've been able to restore some sort of an even flow and things aren't so all over the place and wobbly like this. We're flowing. Look, we are passing something from hand to hand in both cards, but I feel like Temperance kind of seems like they have a little bit more control than the Two of Pentacles. So at that time, I think that you have a better grasp on everything that's going on in your life, especially when it comes to your dealings with other people and your close and important one-to-one communications with others. You're set for some sort of a rebirth by the end of the month, Sagittarius, some sort of a reinvention. You're ready to take something to a higher level. You're ready to, you've seen the dark in the world. You've seen how ugly the world can can get, and you've decided, well, I can accept that reality and I can still ascend higher and enlighten myself and feel I can still put a separation between my reality and the outside world. And you know, you don't always need to be getting so bogged down with it. It's very hard at the moment, right? So much news cycle, a lot of noise. So this is kind of a message to you. Maybe get in touch with nature this month, Sagittarius. Water is really good, especially a night swim or some moonlight swim would be just divine if that's possible for you in your location. Be safe as always when you're doing those things, Sagittarius, and have a great August. I will catch you again soon. Bye.